and sisters. Now, I'm staying here to presentation my topic is the concept of mental cultivation in Trần Tông talks. My supervisor is Dr. Luka. My presentation follow one system is the introduction, the second one literature review, the third is the research problem, the fourth research methodology, the fifth chapter outline, and the sixth biography. So, the Buddhism were introduced to Vietnam in about the 2nd century BCA by the merchant from India. This period are considered the foundation of the Buddhism in Vietnam. And the next time is there are many theoretical and practical aspects were experienced in Vietnam from the 544 ACA to the 1054 ACA. This period is considered as the founder foundation of the next time because it is the golden old age of Vietnam Buddhism. The Vietnam Buddhism, the golden old age of Vietnamese Buddhism from the 10,055 to the 1427. Here, in this golden old age of the Vietnamese Buddhism, there is one king. He also the one bhikkhu who is known as the founder of new meditation school in Vietnam, will be the Trúc Lâm Đinh School. After he makes peace for Vietnam, he makes his mind to become the bhikkhu, and he go to the forest and he recognized the founder of new meditation school within the Trúc Lâm. So during his wartime, his prince and he also the king, he learns and practices the Buddha teaching, and he has many various stories experience in his life and mind. After he becomes a bhikkhu, he shares thus the method, and he tried hard to reach his disciple and his lay development and his pupil to practice the Buddha according to his will. In his view, the unfortunate can and irregularities happen to encounter, produce, and understanding about the values, tranquility, and insight in the king. According to him, one must transform balance in body and mind to have a life of peace and freedom through the process of mental cultivation. So, being unfettered, never a secular affair in the city life, his way to treat every man as pure in the forest and the mountains. And the teaching of the Trần Tông on cultivation is there are man appear, so that he take the precept, consist of the bhikkhu precept and bodhisattva precept. Bodhisattva precept is the one most important and popular in Mahayana Buddhism. It focuses on the precept of mind, bodhicitta precept. The second thing from the bhikkhu precept, bodhisattva precept, he cultivates his mind into illuminating, such as illuminating, that means radiant mind. From radiant mind, he keep in mind how to reduce the ignorant covered his mind and to reveal the Buddha nature. My literature reveals the first is the Professor Trần Tông biography. This is considered as the complete of the research in the King Trần Tông. It consists the life, career, thoughts, position and literature, and the contribution with the Vietnam management and Vietnam literature. And the second one is Dr. Trần Vietnam talking Trần Dynasty. He just also discussed about the thoughts of the in the exact time in the cover is not separate only Trần Tông. And the third one is the literature value in the work of Trúc Lâm Đinh School. Trúc Lâm Đinh School just means that is the school with the king for the founder. My research problem is to address this thesis. Is the what are to deal with the problem. What are the components that constitute Trần Tông thought and mental motivation. To deal with this problem, I have to go to answer two questions inside. The first question is what did influence Trần Tông to build a new meditation school? And the second question is what is Trần Tong's contribution to Buddhist teaching on meditation? My research methodology is I am collecting all the data from the source of Trần Tong literary works and his life and achievement in Vietnamese literary process. The second source is the source of Vietnam history and also Vietnamese literary. And the third source is the thought study on Trần Tong, professor, historian, scholar, and so on. Until now, there are two institutes. One institute in Harvard University with name Trần Tong Institute in Harvard University. The second institute in Vietnam, that means the Institute of Vietnam, investigates in on Trần Tong career and literature. My chapter outline is there are the first is chapter 1, the introduction, chapter 2, Trần Tong career and life, and chapter 3, mental cultivation by undertake research. The undertake research that means the symbolize the undertaking, the bhikkhu step, and the undertaking bodhisattva research. The fourth chapter is revealing the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature in Mahayana Buddhism, the influence in Surangama Sutra and Lankarananda Sutra. These are two sutras have a deep influence with Trần Tong thought. That's what I want to mention here because one most important in his meditative technique, that is how to keep in no mind and how to keep be a working mind, like in the Buddha nature, in another way to popular for his people and his people in Vietnam history that time. And the chapter 5, writing awakening meditation, then Master Thích Nhất Hạnh based on his talk and he reviewed the present moment important. That is the one method which named the order and interview. That means I would like to mention in chapter 5, chapter 6 in the conclusions. My bibliography is we refer to two parts. The primary source, this is Pali literature and Chinagama literature and Vietnamese translation from the Chinese Agama. Especially here, I would like to mention the Trần Tong book, which written by known lecture, the same Chinese form but different in how to pronounce and how to the meaning. He has two main writing and 30 short poem. And the second source is academic work from scholar, professor, and historian. Thank you for your attention.
Very good. Yes, 1 minute more, but any ideas? So, yeah.
Venerable, now your presentation is, first of all, I should say that this is very good presentation. Actually, the previous presentations are also very good. Presentations are very good. We were not talking about presentation, but your presentation is very good. At the same time, how you have understood your research project is also very good. But there is one thing I am not clear. I think what I see as something lacking in your presentation. This is in relation to chapter outline. In this kind of presentation, we always would like to. I mean, you are talking about this. You are talking about an influential figure in Vietnam. So in that case, we would like, okay, now if we look at your chapter outline, we can understand that he has used some of the major Vaipulya Sutras or Mahayana Sutras in order to formalize his vision and his preachings. But what we don't see in the chapter is how he did his own nuances. Do you understand what I am saying? For example, this kind of research, we need to see how he innovated these teachings in order to influence his own audiences. So that kind of thing is not, I mean, maybe you have thought that thing in your mind, but it is not reflected in your research, I mean, the outline of the research. So that kind of thing you have, maybe you can add that also to outside.
Yes, I do that based on the last chapter and the subthemes from the chapter outline. For example, one of the chapter 2 talk about the Bhikkhu reset and Bodhisattva reset. In that part here, I will discriminate how to apply it in
How he created
yes.
his
A new
own
humanity.
innovation.
Yes.
Innovation.
So Venerable Brahma, as far as I got it from your content, that he has actually once an emperor and became a Buddhist monk, and then actually founded a school after the innovation of metal cultivation. So can you please elaborate what would you have found it, a technique that he has invented? So is it different from other systems of
Yes, because in his town, there are 3 meditation schools from the Chinese. And that time, the Theravada Buddhism very regularly in Vietnam. So, because the monk are always follow the Chinese meditation school. So, he is a Vietnam king and Vietnam monk. He would like to create new meditation school, how to help his disciple. That's why he don't read in the Chinese language. He read by Vietnamese language, and he converts the talk very very so far with the high knowledge and high wisdom with the normal people and normal monk.
Do you describe those things in your introduction actually?
Yes.
So, I mean, can you just pinpoint one specific characteristic, one to show the difference between other schools?
Yes. The first Kadika, the first center in his writing, he said that even though you stay in city, but your mind keep in deep forest and mountain. And he said that don't ask me what is the Zen, what is the meditation. That is the final point in his writing. The Zen meditation is hungry to go to eat, tired to go to sleep. Don't ask me no question about the Zen. Zen is normal order of intermediate. When we turn the Dharma and we turn the thought and we turn the emotion, we have to recognize really and deal with by ourselves. Ourselves, firstly, we have to protect our body impure due to reset and wisdom. After that, we can maintain and keep in mind how to reveal our satanic illuminating. And the first one, we have learned everything is emptiness. That means Sunyata, that means the Surangama and Lakra have deep influence within.
Are there any followers of him right in these days in Vietnam?
Why not? You can.
You also follow that?
Yeah.
So I advise you not to convert our devotees to your religion.
Thank you so much.
So Reverend, so your presentation this is maybe new to us also. But my question is, you said that your king wanted to create new system of meditation, right? Living from the Chinese influence. So your idea is he did by himself, creating new points or new things. So did he follow any other sources, maybe from India or somewhere else?
The first one, he got the Dhamma knowledge about his father and grandfather is more of some from Chinese. But when he learns about Chinese Agama and Chinese Mahayana, Chinese Sutra,
I think you didn't understand the question.
My question is, was she independent innovator regarding the meditation, or was she depend on some other sources, maybe Indian Sanskrit sources, maybe
Service source
Sanskrit sources? So you got it out?
pointed out and he make some meditative treatment according to him. He would like
But you should have made reference. Otherwise,
reference. In my reference, there are two sutra, Surangama Sutra and Nakapara Sutra, and one most important in the reference is the Chinese Agama.
so still he is depend on the Chinese also. So how can we say the English? So we have to be So other thing is you are in page number 4. You say that what are these Professor
Lemon Trust.
Professor, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a book or article?
Yes, the book or article.
Article.
Yes.
If the article, I don't know why you put it in italic. Article we don't put in italic,
Yes.
right? But I know the inverted commas. Black. There should be one system. I know surely you should not do it in italic. But black or underline, non-underline. Black. Doing black is highlight. For this black. Doing black is okay, I think, for this purpose. It's a highlight. But you have to remove it for the articles. Books are in Italy. What else? So, everyone, can you read Sanskrit books?
A little.
Chinese arguments?
Yes.
You can read. I have all the Chinese arguments in simple Chinese in my library. Books I have bought from China, but I can't read. Not easy. Okay, thank you very much. You can accept your-
Thank you.
Next, Venerable